second to make this video. Let me say this to y'all, chat. Let me say this. Durk defense. Remember, it's incumbent on the government to make a case against you. It's not on you to show up to tell why you're innocent. Now, with that, some people, like for example, Diddy didn't have that much of a defense. Like Diddy kind of brought up a couple people, but that's it. It was like, hey, our job, we felt we did by just playing defense and batting down everything the prosecutor said. We brought up reasonable doubt in everything they said, job done. We don't have to put on a case if that's the case, right? Durk says he has 25 witnesses. 25 witnesses sounds like you're trying to put on a case. It doesn't seem like you're trying to just like, you know, kind of button a few things up. Sounds like the government got 35, Durk got 25. Now, what did I just learn from what said?
Oh, people are starting to get way too reckless with the snitch word, bro. And listen, I get it, right? 6ix9ine ratted, you know, a couple niggas in Atlanta ratted, Gucci, Gunna, right? Some people feel like Thug ratted, some people feel like Rollo ratted. But at the end of the day, bro, if two people that was, you know, affiliated with Lil Durk is coming out saying, hey, this dude basically paid us to, you know, slide and, you know, do what they did to Lil Pab, right? If Lil Durk's lawyer is saying that they're lying and, you know, Lil Vonni is the one that was doing it, right? How is that snitching, bro? They snitched on him first. Lil Durk is not saying that Lil Vonni did all of this. Lil Durk's lawyer is saying that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, Lil Durk is not taking the stand and saying that, right? Lil Durk's lawyer is doing what he's getting paid to do, bro. Lil Durk has two top of the line lawyers. He got Brian Still and Drew Finland, bro. Those are two of the best lawyers that you can have in this whole country, bro. You understand what I'm saying? So they're basically saying that Lil Vonni, who apparently is King Von's cousin, right? The lawyers are saying he's the one that wanted to slide for, of course. Now listen, we all know Durk wanted to slide for Von, right? But they're basically saying Vonni is the one that set and orchestrated all of this up. You know what I'm saying? Getting the cars, pulling up, the stalking. Because Lil Durk wasn't doing none of that. Lil Durk wasn't the one that was stalking Quando Rondo and Lil Pab. That was Lil Vonni and Jam. They was the ones that was camped out outside the hotel till 1 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Jam and Vonni was the one that did the drill and then went to In-N-Out Burger and had the same pants and shoes on, bruh. So that's actually a good, you know, statement from Lil Durk's lawyer, right? You know what I'm saying? Now, this is the bad thing, right? The bad thing is after they ate at In-N-Out Burger and they, you know, turned off Lil Pab's TV, where did they go? They went to Lil Durk's house where Lil Durk was at. So Lil Durk was 100% aware of everything that was going on, right? They got the proof of Lil Durk talking on the burner phone, right? They got the proof of Lil Durk. He's best friends with the person that they rented the car from that they did the drill in, right? The Lil Durk has a picture with the owner. So Lil Durk was aware of all of this. He knew the whips that they had, right? They came to his house over there in LA when they was done. Lil Durk was 100% aware of everything. And the bad thing is because Lil Durk is the breadwinner, of course they're gonna think that Lil Durk paid for the hit. Of course, because they was using his Amex card to buy all type of shit. You understand what I'm saying? So I think it's gonna be very hard for Lil Durk's lawyers to prove that he didn't pay to basically have them try to take out Quando Rondo, because that's what it looks like.
Sadie Nash said Marissa Goldberg, who's doing the opening for Durk, basically lays out that the government has stuff wrong and basically says the mastermind is Kavon Grant, aka OT Vonni. What does that tell us, chat? It tells us that Durk's defense, we don't know if he's gonna put on a full defense case, but he's already framing this as, why y'all saying Durk is the mastermind? It's Vonni. Now, for the people in the back, he's not pointing fingers. What he's doing is what's called an alternate theory defense, right? An alternate theory defense is like, say me and you at the park. Somebody get killed at the park. They arrest me because they claim there's evidence that I did the killing. We've seen this with Rondo number 9 and C-Day. It's kind of looked at in certain senses as snitching, but it's looked at as...
The reality of the situation is, bruh, all these niggas are guilty, bruh. All of them. That's the at this point, everybody's just playing the blame game, bruh. OTF Jam and Vonni, they obviously want to get less time, right? They don't want to go to prison for the rest of their life, which makes a lot of sense, right? So they're doing everything in their power to get less time, bro. They're putting all the blame on Lil Durk. They're basically painting a narrative that they was peer pressured to do this by Lil Durk because they wanted to get paid. Lil Durk wanted to slide for Vaughn, right? Obviously, you know, King Vaughn was, you know, very popular rapper, very close friends with Lil Durk. I think he was signed to Lil Durk, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? King Vaughn decided to walk up on Quando Rondo and give him a 6-piece. And Lil Tim smoked him, right? Unfortunate situation, but, you know, none of this would have happened if King Vaughn would have kept his hands to himself. That's what I don't understand about Durk and Vonni and OTF. Why don't they ever, like, think about that? Like, King Vaughn went out of his way to end up in the situation he was in. Now, obviously, like, if somebody's in a fist fight, you shouldn't pull a gun out. But, I mean, bro, at the end of the day, bro, like, you can't control how somebody else reacts to, you know, somebody getting beat up. It's self-defense. Like, Lil Tim beat the case on self-defense. So, the reality of the situation is, they was getting investigated, right? Jam, for some strange reason, I guess Jam felt like Lil Durk was like turning his back on him. Lil Durk and other people, they started separating themselves from OTF Jam. Something happened to Lil Jam's baby mom, so Lil Jam said, fuck it, I'm snitching, right? Lil Vonni, same thing, right? For some strange reason, Lil Vonni decided to, you know, start telling too. They don't want to go to prison for the rest of their life. You know what I'm saying? Lil Durk, you the one that's a multi-millionaire, right? You're the one that was being pressured to slide for Vaughn by the rap fans, right? You ended up doing it, and now everybody has to pay the consequences, bruh. But it don't look good for all three of these guys, man. They saying Jam was potentially wearing a wire. Hopefully that's not true, because if that's true, Durk is cooked, right? They spilling all the beans, bro, right? It's looking like Jam's gonna take the stand, Vonnie's gonna take the stand. But I just don't get people saying Lil Durk is a snitch, bro. Like, Lil Durk's lawyers are doing exactly what they're supposed to do, bro. Both of them niggas is blaming him, and he's putting the blame on Vonni, bro. That's what his lawyers are supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? But as long as Lil Durk doesn't take the stand and point at somebody and say he did this, that's not snitching, bro. You know how much money Lil Durk is spending on these lawyers, bro? Like, when this case is done, Lil Durk might be broke. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got the best lawyers you could possibly get for a case like that. He got the lawyer that helped Young Thug beat his case. You know what I'm saying? But the reality is, bro, all of these niggas is guilty, bro. They all played a role, bro. They all know what they was doing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just don't look good, man. Like the biggest mistake they made was them boys using Durk's Amex card, bro, to purchase the rental car and all that stuff, bro. That was the biggest mistake right there, buying the plane tickets and all that with that Amex card, bro. That was a huge mistake doing that. You know what I'm saying? And then the fact that Jam and Vonni, they didn't change their pants and shoes after they just got done smoking somebody, and then you go to In-N-Out Burger like it's all good, like it's all peaches and cream. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, you go back to the house that Lil Durk is at. So you know Lil Durk was aware of all of this, bro. He just wasn't there. So listen, if Lil Durk's lawyers can make a good case that, you know, they was doing all of this and somehow Lil Durk didn't know or Lil Durk didn't, if they could just prove that Lil Durk didn't tell him to do it, he may beat the case. But to me, all these niggas is guilty, bro. I'm not gonna. That's an unfortunate situation, man. Rest in peace to Lil Pab, because he was completely innocent in this situation. You know, just because he happened to be around Quando Rondo, he ended up losing his life. And that's sad, bro. Quando Rondo isn't the one that did anything to King Vaughn. Quando Rondo is the victim. He got beat up. You know what I'm saying? But Lil Tim is still walking around chilling. Shout out to Lil Tim, man. This whole situation is just not a good look for hip hop and rap, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. So it's gonna be interesting to see how this case plays out. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. Do y'all think Lil Durk is a snitch? I don't think Lil Durk is a snitch. I think Lil Durk's lawyers are doing exactly what they should be doing, bro. Them niggas snitched on Durk. It's not the other way. You can't call somebody that's getting snitched on that's saying, nah, it ain't me, it's the person blaming me. You can't call him a snitch. That's crazy. What kind of mindset is that, bruh? Y'all calling a nigga who's getting ratted out on by his two homies, whose lawyer is saying, not him, the lawyer is saying, nah, it wasn't Durk, it was this guy. How the hell is that snitching, bruh? Y'all tripping, bro. You just can't win with niggas, bro. But let me know what y'all think. It's your boy Days. Make sure y'all subscribe, thumbs up the video, click that hype button for your boy. I'm out.